Well, welcome everybody. Can everybody hear me? All right. Thank you for joining us this afternoon. I'm Dr. Michael Staten, the Bart Cardin Associate Dean for Career and Academic Services here in the College of Agriculture and Life Sciences. On this important day, we respectfully acknowledge the University of Arizona is on the land and territories of indigenous peoples. Today, Arizona is home to 22 federally recognized tribes, with Tucson being home to the O'odham and the Yaqui. Committed to diversity and inclusion, the university strives to build sustainable relationships with sovereign Native nations and indigenous communities through education offerings, partnerships, and community service. I'd like to introduce our platform party and speakers today, beginning with the University of Arizona Senior Vice President for Academic Affairs and Provost, Dr. Liesl Folks. The Charles Sander Dean of the College of Agriculture and Life Sciences, Dr. Shane Burgess. Mr. JP Roczniak, President and CEO of the University of Arizona Foundation. Professor Kevin Fitzsimmons, Director of International Initiatives for the College of Agriculture and Life Sciences. And of course, the reason we're all here today, Dr. Barbara Page. From time to time, the university confers honorary degrees on exceptionally distinguished people. We will confer such a degree today. At this time, I'd like to introduce Provost Folks to say a few words.
Thanks, Mike. It's a great pleasure to be here, and I'd like to extend a special welcome to each of you and to those of us joining us by live stream at the University of Arizona. Today, we honor Barbara Page for her leadership in promoting new technologies for ocean conservation. She is the co-founder of the Anthropocene Institute and oversees its investment, its innovation, and advocacy for marine conservation with these goals: high-impact habitat restoration efforts, reversing pollution, oil spill cleanup, and addressing overfishing. Barbara's investment and collaborative work with our College of Agriculture and Life Sciences has advanced a highly successful, positive transformation for critical marine ecosystems around the globe. Aquaculture is seen by most consumers as the green or sustainable solution to overfishing. But some sectors, including salmon, shrimp, and tuna farming, have developed in a manner to pose a threat to our ocean's food webs. In 2015, Barbara and Professor Kevin Fitzsimmons of our own Department of Environmental Science co-founded the Future of Fish Feed Initiative, a technology prize to bring radical nonlinear solutions to this challenge: how to replace wild-caught fish in aquaculture feeds in this rapidly growing industry. By accelerating the commercialization of alternative aquaculture feed ingredients, the impact of the first two F3 competitions is a savings of at least 2.4 billion forage fish annually. In addition, F3 is accelerating a cycle of sustainable innovation by directly stimulating new industrial partnerships between competitors from Australia, Austria, China, Indonesia, Myanmar, South Africa, Thailand, Vietnam, and the United States. Barbara has also raised public and governmental awareness of these challenges facing the world's oceans and the developing economies built on the seafood production industry. Her work has engaged such leaders as former Secretary of State John Kerry, who led a partnership between the Carnegie Endowment for International Peace and the Monterey Bay Aquarium to drive sustainable fisheries and aquaculture in Southeast Asia. Barbara's work embodies a spirit of determination that here at the University of Arizona we call Bear Down. And she's just getting started. Congratulations, Barbara.
Thank you, Liesl. Next, I'd like to invite JP Roczniak to extend a greeting. JP.
It's truly my pleasure to be here today as we celebrate Dr. Barbara Page. You will hear more in a moment from Dean Burgess on Barbara's selection to receive her Honorary Doctorate of Science, but I would like to say a few words about her contributions to the University of Arizona. In addition to partnering with Professor Fitzsimmons on the F3 initiative, Barbara and her husband, Carl Page, set up a marine conservation fund at the university. Their initial gift in 2016 has been supplemented by annual gifts, donations of laptops, and scientific equipment to support field projects, student stipends, greenhouse rentals, and lab supplies. This funding has also allowed our faculty and our graduate students to travel to represent the university at professional conferences in Canada, Ireland, China, India, and Vietnam. Among our guests today are two members of the Wildcat community whose research has been bolstered by the support of the Anthropocene Institute. I'd like to ask Taylor McCoy and Rec Reister to stand if they're able. Taylor is pursuing a master's in environmental science. She is conducting research on sustainable feed alternatives for aquaculture and aquaponics systems after being inspired by her food security work while in the Peace Corps in Benin and in the Philippines. Dr. Reister is a small business owner and adjunct lecturer in the Department of Biosystems Engineering. He is also a graduate from our programs in Biosystems Engineering and Natural Resources Fisheries Management. As a PhD student, he designed and patented a recirculating hydroponic bed bioreactor for removing emerging contaminants from wastewater and other contaminated effluents. Student research experience like these are just one of the many ways that the Anthropocene Institute is investigating our future. Thank you, Rex and Taylor. And Barbara, I am humbled and honored to be able to share today with you, those here with us outside the Forbes Building, and those with us over live stream. Thank you for all you've done for the University of Arizona and all the work that we'll continue to do together. Thank you.
Flag's getting out of control.
Let's see. Correct what the wind did to us there. Next, I'd like to invite Dean Burgess to the podium to present the candidate. Assisting with the hooding will be Professor Kevin Fitzsimmons.
Uh-oh, he's got a prop.
So I'm going to go off script just quickly. Bethany's now having palpitations at the back, as usual. So there's two things about this particular PhD, honorary PhD, that make this one really stand out to me. Firstly, this is probably the smallest audience Barbara's presented to in the last 5 years. Normally Barbara's audiences are in the tens of thousands. Now, there may be tens of thousands online, we don't know, but that's, and the other thing that makes it unique is never before have I ever seen a distinguished PhD candidate like this come along and present me their thesis.
And here's the extra material, the appendices.
I did ask, do we have an electronic version of this? And of course, they did. And so actually I have read a lot of what's in here, and by the way, we did do our own packet for you, but thank you for coming up with your own document. And I've never ever seen one of these folks do this, so thank you very much. Yeah, would you like a copy? Yeah, unless you want to carry that one. All right, so with that, this is a truly, I am so thrilled and happy to be here today. This is probably not on the script. I'm so thrilled and happy to be here today. My own background, way back in the early 90s, I was involved in aquaculture, and this was a huge deal. And, you know, frankly, and I wrote this in the letter I presented to the university, frankly, I think this project deserves a Nobel Prize. I mean, they're doing nothing more or less than saving the world's oceans, and saving the world's oceans is saving all of us. So this is a really phenomenal event for me, and I can't be happier, Barbara, to be here today, and just blessed and honoured that you're receiving this degree. Flew through the Faculty Senate, and Provost Folks will know how hard that is. So I'm going to read what I'm supposed to read now. So, a graduate of the University of Chicago and Ohio State, Barbara Page completed her first PhD in education at Stanford University in 1996. She spent the next 15 years in Silicon Valley In 2007, she launched the OpenWebU platform for hosting classes, tests, and surveys for certification training. Her volunteer service includes the roles of trustee for the Nature Conservancy in California and member of the California Sea Grant System Advisory Board. She is co-founder of the Anthropocene Institute, an incubator for new technologies in clean energy and ocean conservation that aims to create economically sustainable processes to motivate environmental and social sustainability. Dr. Page is especially passionate about and oversees the Institute's marine conservation portfolio, including habitat restoration for threatened and endangered species, reversing pollution, and documenting protections for marine protected areas. Projects incorporate on-the-water activities as well as digital solutions and tools for marine protected area mapping at low cost, accurate vessel monitoring with smart radar integrated with long endurance aerial surveillance. I'm feeling particularly proud of myself that I didn't stumble over any of that. With the cotton mouth I have right now, I left my water bottle behind. Okay. ACAL's Anthropocene Institute collaboration is arguably our most successful activity. The Future of Fish Feed Initiative, or F3, co-founded with the University of Arizona. F3 began as a technology prize to be judged by a university representative and awarded to the company, I would say worldwide global company, able to produce and sell the most fish meal and fish oil-free aquafeed in an 18-month period. Through crowdsourcing and fundraising, the Institute raised $200,000 for the prize. Now remember that these are companies selling billions of dollars worth of stuff. So there's clearly a large motivation to do the right thing. And I think these relatively small prizes for these very large projects, the money isn't the thing. So that's why the X Prize concept. A second contest went to a company that sold the largest amount of fish oil replacement to the aquafeed industry. A third contest, the Carnivore Challenge, which sounds like something that I might see JP do at one of our dinners, has just begun. These contests were complemented with F3 funded research. These carnivores are fish carnivores, of course, things like salmon, trout, and shrimp. Equally important has been the industry and public awareness of that these competitions engender. The F3 initiative has led to a sea change, excuse the pun, in the approach of the aquaculture industry towards innovative ingredients in aquafeeds. As companies, farms, and consumers recognize the ability to use more sustainable ingredients, billions of forage fishes will be left in the ocean to support the marine mammals, seabirds, and larger predatory fishes who prey upon them. New ingredients will also enable aquaculture to weather supply chain fluctuations of these wild resources to better sustain our growing global population. This honorary doctorate celebrates our partnership to encourage technology innovation and move the needle on protecting and retaining ecosystems and improving food security. I feel like I'm in a commercial for the Forest Service right now, with the flag flopping behind me. Provost Folks, on behalf of the University of Arizona College of Agriculture and Life Sciences, I'm thrilled and honored to present Barbara Page for the Honorary Doctor of Science degree.
The University of Arizona is built on a belief in the critical importance of learning, inquiry, and service. Barbara Page's life story and her work exemplify these values, and she has shown extraordinary dedication to the university's mission and generosity in ensuring that we can achieve it. Barbara, you have made an indelible mark here at the University of Arizona and in the communities we serve. You have lived the kind of life we hope our students are prepared to pursue after graduation. As a role model, and as a benefactor, and as a friend of the University of Arizona, you have our deepest thanks and admiration. It is very fitting that we present you with an honorary degree to recognize your achievement and your impact. Barbara, it's now my pleasure to confer your degree. Kevin, are you ready? Very good. Barbara Page, by the authority vested in me by the Arizona Board of Regents and acting on the recommendation of the faculty, I confer upon you the degree Doctor of Science, Honoris Causa, with all the attendant rights and responsibilities. We invest you with the appropriate hood and award you this diploma. Very good. Please accept our warmest congratulations, and I'm going to hand over to Mike. I'm just going to put my finger there because they're actually animated over here.
Congratulations, Barbara, on your honorary degree. We welcome your remarks. The podium is yours.
To Provost Folks, Dean Burgess, Professor Kevin Fitzsimmons, and everyone else at this wonderful university, which is now my university, thank you very, very much for this incredible honor. To my husband, Carl, who is my best friend and advisor, to my mother-in-law, Gloria, and my father, who have been incredible cheerleaders, and to both of our families, who've been of great encouragement to me, thank you so much. The Marine Conservation Fund at the University of Arizona, oh wait, sorry, wrong page. Yeah. Excuse me for a second here. Okay, I'll just do it from memory. One way to save the oceans is to save life within them. And we focused on the tiny little fish that sustain so many species, including salmon, cod, and tuna. It turns out that these fish are in trouble. And when we discovered that, we had to look at who was overfishing them and why. It turns out that those fish are overfished to become ingredients. Those ingredients are going to feed pellets. Those feed pellets go to fish farms, and those fish become the fish on our dinner plate. So, if we run out of these little fish, we're going to have less seafood, and ocean ecosystems are going to collapse. And there's no telling what is going to happen if that occurs. So we created the Marine Conservation Fund at the University of Arizona and the F3 Challenge to address the problem and to create solutions to encourage substitute ingredients and encourage fish-free feeds. Professor Kevin Fitzsimmons and Dean Burgess, thank you so much for your incredible leadership on this. This would also not be possible if it were not for the F3 judges, Drs. Ling Chow, Professor Michael Staten, Chris Oakes, and our many brainstorming meetings on how exactly to do this. An important factor to our success came from understanding relevant marine activity. Thanks to the Protected Seas team for your work in providing data that makes it more easy to protect critical ocean habitats. Now, when we first started, many scientists told us it was not possible to create fish-free feeds that work for many species. But Dr. Rick Barrows heard the word impossible and got busy. He created formulations that not only worked, but were often cheaper and better. Thanks to him and our many research collaborators, including Drs. Ewan McLean, Del Gatlin, and UA alum Loc Tran for their prolific work on this subject. We created the F3 challenge, but contestants had to join. So there's an entire supply chain that were at the vanguard and their funders that made this happen. You are solving the problem, and so you know that even though there is a large problem, that also means that there is a large opportunity. Industry could not solve this problem were it not for increased awareness of it. So thanks to the Annie Reisewitz's amazing PR work and to all the publications that helped advertise this issue. Fish First also brought an audience of thousands to our online meetings. The Dept, Kelly Alfrey, Alex Dreger, and the accounting team made sure that the wheels did not fall off the bus and the bus kept on moving forward. Thank you so much. Of course, the F3 effort would not be possible were it not for long-term funding from our incredible sponsors, Cunha Del Mar, Jeff Morgan, the Nature Conservancy, and many, many others. Thank you. Monterey Bay Aquarium, you set new sustainability standards to motivate everyone to do the right thing by feed. Thank you. As the largest aquaculturing nation in the world, China's support was absolutely essential. The Ministry of Agriculture met with us and approved of the project. And thanks to Dr. Ling Chao for bringing China's companies to the table. As you can see, I receive this honor on behalf of many, many incredible people and organizations. It is our combined effort that created the spark. As a Japanese American, proud of my heritage, I want to thank my mentors from the community, CEOs Koni Shimura, Sam Araki, Stu Ogawa, for your incredible example of leadership. And I want to thank my parents again for teaching me about the importance of collaboration and leaving the world habitable for the next generation. It is so important. And it's a value that everybody who is working on this effort shares. I also owe a great debt to my country, the United States of America. In very few places in the world do we have a democracy and the freedom to identify problems, follow the facts, and to make things better. We still have a lot to do to feed a world of 9 billion sustainably. University of Arizona, thank you so much for this incredible recognition of our collaboration, and thanks to everyone who's attending, who in one way or another contributed to this effort. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you, Barbara, and congratulations again. Before we conclude our program, I'd like to acknowledge two students from the College of Fine Arts who will be providing some musical entertainment as we enjoy refreshments. So thank you, Cassandra Gunn and Alexis Houchin, for being here today. Cassandra and Alexis, there they are back there. And I want to thank all of you here and online for joining us this special occasion honoring Barbara Page. And again, congratulations.
We're going to proceed over to the refreshments.
To the food.